Thanks, Megan. We are just under 1 minute. Falcon 9 is in startup, and we are just waiting for the final go for launch.
LD, go for launch.
And great news. All systems are go for launch of Falcon 9 and ESA's Euclid Space Telescope.
T-minus 30 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds and counting. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, ignition, liftoff.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from 1 minute.
Power and telemetry nominal.
1 minute and about 12 seconds. Max Q is the highest amount of aerodynamic pressures. That's the largest structural load that the vehicle throttle them back up once we pass through that period.
Falcon 9 is supersonic. Maximum dynamic pressure.
Used there on your screen. Next up, we have a few events happening back to back. That will be MECO, stage separation, and SES-1. MECO is main down in preparation for its next event, which is
MVAC chill has started.
stage separation. And that's where the first stage separates from the second stage. Right after stage separation of gravitas. And during that time, stage 2 will continue on its journey with that third event, SES-1, or second stage engine start 1. And that is where the single Merlin vacuum engine will light up and propel the second stage along with ESA's Euclid spacecraft to orbit. SES-1, so keep an eye out for all of those events coming up here in just about 15 seconds or so.
Main engine cutoff. Stage separation confirmed. MVAC ignition.
Stage separation, and on your right-hand screen, you can see that the MVAC engine has ignited.
Both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
On your left-hand screen, the grid fins on the first stage are deploying, and in about 15 seconds and a very cool view from the ground.
Bearing separation confirmed.
And there you can see on your right-hand screen that the fairing halves have deployed. Now, down to Earth and will be recovered by our recovery vessel Doug today. Complete today's landing, the first stage has 2 more burns left. Next up is the entry burn, and that's where 3 of the Merlin 1D engines will reignite. This here. Now that entry burn is coming up in about a couple minutes from now, and that entry burn will last about 20 seconds long. And what you're vehicle currently making its way back down to Earth, which you can see in the background. And on your right-hand screen is a view from the second stage looking at
Bermuda. Continue to follow nominal trajectories.
and good callouts there. On the bottom of your screen, you can see the speed and altitude of each vehicle as well. Which has those grid fins help guide the vehicle as it makes its way back to its landing zone. Again, today we are scheduled to land on a shortfall of gravitas. On your screen, you're getting a great view from the second stage with the MVAC. We're just about 20 seconds away from the entry burn on the first stage vehicle. For attitude control. And there you can see the engines have reignited on the first stage on your left-hand screen. This is the entry burn. Burn for the first stage. Now we do have one more burn for the first stage vehicle as it attempts to land on our drone ship. For E9 engine reigniting, and that is enough thrust to help slow down the vehicle to enable it to touch down on our drone ship. Now during the first stage, will be landing for its second time.
Stage 2 FTS is safed.
Stage 2 terminal.
Vehicle will be landing for its second time today, and just before the landing burn begins, that's where we'll shut down that MVAC engine on the second stage. This is the first of 2 burns for this mission, and that is coming up here in just a few seconds. There you can see that the MVAC engine has shut down and the landing burn has begun on the first stage vehicle.
Expected loss of signal, Cape.
An incredible clear view of Falcon 9 touching down on a shortfall of gravitas. This landing marks the second successful landing for this particular booster and marks our 204th overall successful recovery of an orbital class rocket, including both Falcon SECO 1 and confirmation of good orbit. So with confirmation of a successful before the second relight of our MVAC engine on the second stage, which will be followed by